to the Clean Coast, Love Your Coast Photography Competition 2021. This year we get to celebrate the 12th year of the competition, where we ask amateur photographers to capture the uniqueness of our coastal communities, environments and waterways and enter their best shots over the past year. This is one of the most important awards of the year, bringing together photographers from all across Ireland. So under normal circumstances, we would all be celebrating together, but since we're unable to do so, we will be presenting the awards at this virtual ceremony tonight. Over the next while, myself and Richard will be revealing which outstanding photographs have won in each category, and then finally announcing the Photographer of the Year for 2021. So for us, this competition is not just about awarding winning images, but an opportunity to actually revel in the beauty of our coast and celebrate the island that we live on and share with some mesmerizing life. So tonight you'll get to see 50 of the shortlisted photographs, and hopefully you'll enjoy viewing them as much as we did. So I'll hand over to Richard now, who will show our gratitude to everybody that helped out this year.
Thank you, Anya. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone who participated in this year's competition. The photographs submitted capture the essence of our coast and seas. As islanders, we have a unique connection with our oceans, and these images allow us to reconnect with our relationship from a distance. They also allow us to re-establish our roles as custodians of our environment and our need to protect it into the future. The quality of the work has grown from strength to strength, whether it's viewing images from under the sea and all what's hidden there, to unique land-based vistas at sunrise or sunset, or through the nights encompassing the Milky Way. All the photos received were unique and inspiring and motive and much, much more. It was an absolute pleasure to view them, but it was hugely difficult for our judges to shortlist them. We now will have some words from our Director of the Education Unit, Michael John O'Mahony, who's also an avid wildlife photographer.
Hi everybody, my name is Michael John O'Mahony and I'm the Director of the Environment Education Unit in Antashka, and I'd like to welcome you to our Love Your Coast Clean Coast Photography Competition Awards for 2021. This is the 12th year that we've been running this competition. It's been very successful, very well received, and most importantly, we have had some absolutely amazing photographs of our coasts over the last number of years. This year is the 12th year of the competition, as I said, and this year we had over 1,200 photographs were entered, all of an incredibly high standard. We also had a new category in 2021, which was creativity and the coast, and this went alongside our other categories like nature and wildlife, coastal heritage, landscape and people on the coast. And this year we had 475 photographers entered the competition. The thing is, this is more than just a photography competition. This is just a great way for everybody to really, I suppose, appreciate and get out there and take those photographs. Because those photographs are not only very beautiful, they're also very inspiring. As many of you may know, Clean Coast has around 2,000 coast care or Clean Coast groups around Ireland who are doing quite amazing work when it comes to managing our marine environment, things like marine litter, look at biodiversity, look at all these different things. We're an island nation and our coast is incredibly important to us, and our marine environment is incredibly important to us. So your photographs really give that a context for everybody, and they're incredibly inspiring. Now, normally we'd be doing this in person, but because of the ongoing circumstance with COVID-19, we haven't been able to do it in person. I would hope that next year we will get to do this in person. All our previous awards in person have been a fantastic experience for all of us. I've really enjoyed them. To get to meet you, to get a picture of the stories of your work, and I think they're just a fantastic opportunity for everybody to meet and network. I suppose finally, it's just congratulations to all the winners, and also thank you to everybody who took part in the competition. This will be ongoing. There will be hopefully this competition will run for many years, and the creativity and the quality of the photography will continue to improve and inspire everyone who sees it. So, slán go fóill, Go to Mil Mahagav, and hopefully we'll see you all next year. Thank you. Bye-bye.
The Love Your Coast photography competition would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, and we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage and Fáilte Ireland for their kind and continued support.
We'd also like to take this opportunity to really thank our judging panel. All of these experts are amazing. They give so much time and energy to this competition. So I really just like to thank Ken O'Sullivan, Nisha Culhane, Mark Carmody, Jim Coughlin, Maeve Walsh, and the department again for being a judge as well. So thank you so much for that.
And on behalf of the judges, we're going to have a video here from Jim Coughlin, who is the photo editor with the Examiner.
Hi, I'm Jim Collin, the Visual Media Manager with the Irish Examiner. It's been a very enjoyable experience being on the panel of judges for this year's Love Your Coast photography competition. And I know that I speak on behalf of the other judges when I also say that it's been a difficult task given the fantastic quality of entries. Competitions like these are very important because they give photographers a chance to showcase their work, to raise their profile, but most important, to get recognition for the hard work and long hours that go into capturing that very special moment in time for us all to enjoy. We certainly hope that you do enjoy the 50 images that we shortlisted this year. The panel thanks you for sharing your stunning work. It's been a great privilege.
Thank you, Jim. So now we're going to view the top 10 shortlisted images in each category, and this will be followed by the first, second and third, and then after that we're going to have the overall winner of the competition.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get started. Our first category we're going to go with is coastal landscape. So we'll stop talking, grab your favorite drink and enjoy the top 10 here for coastal landscape. Okay, great. So now you probably understand what a difficult job the judges had in cutting it down to the top three. So now I'll go into just announcing the top three for coastal landscape. Okay, so in third place for coastal landscape is Michael Goulding with the photograph titled Epic. This was taken in Mizenhead in County Cork, and in the photographer's words, I wanted to capture the contrast between the background and foreground lighting, creating a sense of depth, while the cliffs on the right resemble a row of receding faces, which in my mind resemble the giants from our legends that once roamed our beautiful island. So congratulations, Michael. So then in second place for coastal landscape is Adrian Hendroff with the photo titled Night Under the Stars. This was taken in Ballydowane Beach on the Copper Coast in Waterford. And in his words, I've been chasing this image of the Milky Way rising behind the sea stacks of Ballydowane Beach for over a year. When the forecast gave clear skies, I made the 2-hour drive down to the Copper Coast. The tide was in my favour, which allowed me to walk out closer to the stacks for this shot. So well done, Adrian. So finally, in first place for coastal landscape for this year is Gary McLaughlin with the photograph titled Duncreen Panoramic. It was taken in Linsford, Buncrana, Inishowen Peninsula in County Donegal. And in the photographer's words, the views from Duncree, just outside of the town of Buncrana in Inishowen, offer some of the most stunning scenery in Donegal. I visit this area quite often during the summer months, and as an amateur photographer, absolutely love the photo opportunities it gives. So congratulations, Gary, well done. Okay, great. So congratulations again to all the winners for Coastal Landscape. Now we're going to go on to seeing the shortlisted images for Coastal Heritage. Okay, great. So now we're on to the top three winners for Coastal Heritage. In third place, we have Fergus Cooper with the photograph titled Walking Towards the Watchtower on a Summer's Day. This was taken in Ardmore, and in the photographer's words, my intention for my trip to Ardmore was to photograph the landmarks in the area. I took several shots when the sun started to come out, and a young lady who was walking decided to cut across the cornfield, and this is how the photograph came about. So well done, Fergus, such an amazing photograph. So now on to second place for Coastal Heritage, and we have Catherine Boucher for the photograph titled The Lighthouse. This was taken in Howth in County Dublin, and this is what Catherine had to say about the photograph. The clean lines and textures of the stone caught my eye. The location at the end of the pier isolated the building from any intrusive background. I captured the shot and converted the image to black and white to bring out the textures even more. So big congratulations to Catherine, well done. So now in first place for Coastal Heritage, we have Miles Lambert with the photograph titled Remains of the Day. This was taken in Connemara, County Galway. And in Miles's words, after a damp start to the day, this was the last port of call and it didn't disappoint. Conditions were amazing, stillness and calm all around, with the boat tied to its mooring, the sheep grazing. It felt as though the day was complete for man and beast, hence the title. Congratulations, Miles, well done.
Congratulations to everyone who got shortlisted in Coastal Heritage. Our next category is called Creativity in Coast, and Creativity Coast was a new addition for this year's Love Your Coast competition, and we were surprised at all the stunning images that were entered. Now here's the top three winners of Creativity and Coast. In third place, we got Ivan Dunhu with the image titled Sunlight from Above. This was taken in Hookhead, County Wexford. And in the words of the photographer, this image was taken in October 2020 at 8:30 a.m. as the sun was low in the sky. The low sunlight hit the water surface at an angle. Some of this light is reflected. As the tide rises, the air sacs in the seaweed causes it to float, And when I saw the kelp rising in the triangle of light, I knew it was worth trying to capture the different compositional elements of light, shapes, angles, and colours. In second place, we got John Hall with the image titled Foggy Morning at Silly Kinsale. This was taken in Silly Kinsale, County Cork, and in the words of the photographer, Kinsale is a favourite early morning location for me in winter as the sun rises above Silly with the water in the foreground. I got there before dawn on this occasion and the fog was so thick. I set up and waited for the sun to begin to burn off the fog. When enough detail emerged, I took this shot and I converted to monochrome. And in first place for creativity on the coast, we got Miles Carroll with the image titled Seagull on Tour. This was taken at a beach in Kilmichael Point, County Wexford. And in the words of the photographer, I spent hours watching birds performing creative ballet type acts on the water. This picture captured where the gull came gliding down and made the most creative crystal mirror halo scene across his head. So our next category is called People on the Coast. People on the Coast is a fantastic category because it allows us to showcase people celebrating our coastline. And here are the shortlisted images for this year's People on the Coast category. So now here's the top 1, 2, 3 for People on the Coast category. And in third place, we got Adrian McCarthy with the image titled Saviour of the Sea. It was taken at Clogherhead Beach in Drogheda, County Louth. And in the words of the photographer, on a blustery day in June 2019, the RNNI 13-31 Shannon class lifeboat arrived at its new home in Clogherhead Lifeboat Station, where it was welcomed by the community and given the new name, the Michael O'Brien. It was named in honour of Michael O'Brien, who was a volunteer at Coxswain with the service, and like Michael, all the men and women who crew this lifeboat are volunteers who risk their lives on a regular basis to save others. They are the real saviours of the seas. In second place, we got Timothy Beck with the image titled The Old Sea Dog. This was taken in Galway City, County Galway. And in the words of the photographer, one day walking around Galway City, I saw this really interesting shop I'd never seen before. See team, the door was open and the sunlight was flowing in, creating interesting shadows and colours inside. Standing outside was the guy in the picture. As a fairly shy person, I'd never actually asked someone if I could take their picture, but it was too good a chance to miss, so I asked. The very nice guy, but for me, he looked like an old sea dog and was very much wearing the clothes to match. And in first place, for the People on Coast category, we got Kevin Doyle with the image titled Golden Evening Surfer. This was taken on Tramore Beach, County Waterford. And in the words of the photographer, I was taking pictures of surfers when I noticed this incredible backdrop of the sun setting, lightening up the mist from the waves crashing against the promenade in Tramore. I quickly changed the setting and waited for the perfect moment. A surfer finally caught his last wave and allowed me to capture the beauty of our coast. And now on to our final category, wildlife and underwater. The wildlife and underwater category is actually my personal favourite category because it showcases the diversity of species that are on our coastline. So here are the top 10 images for our wildlife and underwater category. And now the top 3 images from this year's wildlife and underwater category. And in third place, we have Conor O'Brien with the image titled Birds of Feather. This was taken in Ireland's Eye, County Dublin. And in the words of the photographer, a friend and I set off on a summer's afternoon in a boat to see if we could get photos of some of the fabulous wildlife seen around the coastal area. We were around the back of Ireland's Eye when I was lucky enough to see 5 cormorants standing in the line, all facing the same way on top of a large rock near the island. With the motion of the boat and the distance we were away from the rock, it was a miracle that the photo came out as well as it did. In second place, we got Mike Orr with the image titled Compass by Cave Light. This was taken at the entrance to Donegal Point Cave, Kilkee, County Clare. And in the words of the photographer, I asked my clubmates if I could enter the cave at Donegal Point first, to set up and photograph them as they entered the cave from the east side. I set up just inside the entrance under the surface to take advantage of the light and waited. One by one they all followed Gerhaw into the depths of the cave, into the darkest place, with no hope of lighting them up. I noticed a large jellyfish in the perfect spot and framed the shot against the cave wall inside. Finally, in first place for wildlife and underwater is Declan Roach with the image titled Let Me Out. This was taken on Wexford Harbour Quayfront, County Wexford. And in the words of the photographer, a regular talking point with people getting their 5k exercise on Waterford's marina during the lockdown in 2021 was this order. I was there most days each week over a 6-week period, and this shot with a shore crab in his mouth was one of my better photos, taken with a Nixon D7-200 and 200mm and 500mm lens. And now is the time that we've all been waiting for, the Love Your Coast Competition 2021 Photographer of the Year. And this year's image was highlighted from the judges being absolutely stunning and fantastic at capturing the beauty of nature, but also the wildness of nature. And the winner for this year's Love Your Coast Competition 2021 is Declan Roach with the image Let Me Out in the category Wildlife and Underwater. So congratulations, Declan.
Hello all, I am delighted to be here in Wexford to award our Photographer of the Year, Declan Roach. And this is Declan's amazing shot, Let Me Out. Declan, congratulations.
Thank you, Sinead. Thank you very much.
And tell us a little bit about this photograph.
Thank you. That was taken in February earlier this year in Wexford Quayfront, just off the marina. The otter used to go up and down nearly every day, and we were down there trying to photograph him.
And you got him at the
We got
perfect
a few.
moment.
Yeah, we got a few, so that was the one that stood out to me, you know.
I have to say, it caught a lot of people's attention when it first came into the office. The moment is catching him in having a little bit of a bite. And Let Me Out, perfect name for the shot. I'm sure the crab wasn't excited as us to get the shot.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We'd like to thank Declan for obviously entering the competition and winning. We're delighted to have this shot in. We also have 50 of our shortlist that are going to be in the Irish Examiner tomorrow, so please everyone check it out. Also like to thank the thousands of entries that we got into the Love Your Host Photography competition. It was a fantastic year yet again, and we're going to run it again in 2022, so please get out and get snapping and send them all in to us.